My name is Vincent Macaskill. I'm the Operations Director for Impact IT Managed Services. I'm also the co-owner of the firm. My area of expertise is purely IT managed services. We manage corporate networks, small corporates, and also obviously do the troubleshooting and maintenance. We've been in business for just close on 4 years. That is actually 5 years, but I was not in IT managed services before that. For the first year I realized that we've got to do something different to make the business grow. Choosing Kaseua and the SaaS platform was an obvious choice for me. As a small company, I would save on capital outlay, on not having to have my own servers, also bandwidth issues and unreliable bandwidth in my area was a factor. I can then rely on a hosted platform and have more confidence in uptime. We used another product, but it didn't have all the features that Kaseua had, and we still had to do a lot of manual tasks, which took up a lot of our time, and we lost a lot of focus on important things. Going onto the SaaS platform, I was able to obviously roll it out a lot quicker, and without a huge capital outlay. Obviously less risk to my company as well, which improved the cash flow. I was using Kaseua before we went onto the local hosted solution. We were using servers based in New Zealand. They were giving us very good uptime, but our latencies were very slow, and it actually decreased our production. At times we couldn't do remote access onto the customers' desktops and servers because of that bad latency. And when I was approached by Kaseua South Africa, and they showed me how quick it is and how fast the local speeds are, that's when I decided to change over. Because of the manual tasks that be done by each technician is now automated and is done on time and is done according to SLA, because of the scripts that are involved with Kaseua that we also do utilize. The patches goes without saying that we don't make any mistakes anymore on the servers, because the correct patches get put onto the servers. The correct type of patches by policy get put on the services. So of course then we're able to focus on the very important things. When we do get the alerts and alarms that are important, we do have the time to sort those out. From a client's perspective, they have seen from our side that we are able to react a lot quicker. And I've got in one case where a customer has approached us and says, I want a better SLA, more. I said to him, all right, we have to charge you more, and he agreed, but he knew we were capable of it because his business requires it. From a customer's perspective, he knows that we're not busy with smoke and mirrors. Because I've gone to the customers and showed them the portal, the Kaseua portal, I've shown them exactly what we're doing. Not in too much detail to bore them, but they are aware of how we handle their networks now, and they have confidence in us. Our turnaround times and reaction time has increased dramatically because of the remote access part of it, because of the proactive solutions. And in fact, we have shown up the subcontractors that ought to come and do specialized IT work. By hosting Kaseua or using the hosting system in South Africa, we have discovered that our productivity has increased. Just for example, the morning checks are done a lot quicker because of the much quicker latencies on the hosted platform. We also are paying half the amount than what we were doing overseas in the US dollar terms. So that's an absolute bonus for me to reduce my costs by 50%. Our business agility is increased because, for example, a customer who has just signed on yesterday at the end of the month, we are able to start immediately with him and monitoring by just getting remote access to one computer, for example, his server, push out the agents, and in the morning we are able to start servicing him and see what we need to do on his network to get him up to best practice. That is the most important thing for us, and of course that immediately would gain the confidence of the customer that we are able to do what we say we can do. I would recommend going the Kaseua SaaS route for small companies because of the low operating cost. Initial capital outlay is not required. Managed services is a whole paradigm shift for your staff, so if you can get over that, it's the absolute recommended way to go using Kaseua, especially the local product in South Africa. There are some customers who were at first very, very concerned about it, having security companies on our list, on our books. We showed them exactly how it works. We got Kaseua involved in that as well. The sales manager gave us documents on it, and they were satisfied with that. If you take an average of a customer with a server and say 20 workstations, within 2 hours we're able to start servicing him and having a look at the reports and that Kaseua delivers, and do audits and see what he needs and give him feedback by the end of the day with some reports. I would say have a look at, for other customers or companies using MSP solutions, I would say have a look at your cost compared to Kaseua's of what they're able to deliver. Kaseua, have a look at what scripts can be done with your current solution and with what Kaseua can do. It's only not a matter of numbers, but of total operating cost.